Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rissa, aka Rissa Explains It All, where I go over manifesting, budgeting, and side hustles. And today is going to be a little bit of a different video, but I wanted to go over kind of tips and different things you can do if you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you're broke, if you're, just struggling financially, then this is the video for you. Okay guys, let's chat. Let's just have a little chat. I'm sitting here on my couch, I got my notes. Let's just chat like two friends. And let's get this figured out, okay? Let's get it figured out. Okay, so if you're broke, you're in debt, or you're just living paycheck to paycheck, then let's get into some things that may help you and things that I follow that help me. I followed Dave Ramsey for the longest time. I was following his plan, which was what got me out of debt. I've kind of tweaked some things after I finished his plan because some things are way too expensive to put it down as a cash item, so that's kind of why I've tweaked a few things. So first things I want to get into are my two rules with having debt. The only two things that I think you should have as a debt are your house and your car. Now, if you follow Dave Ramsey's plan, he would say not to have a car as a debt. Right now, as I'm making this recording, it's 2022. The car market is insane. Cars, like median range right now, like if you get a brand new car, you're looking at $40,000. It has almost doubled, guys. That's insane to me. You're not getting a brand new car for $20,000 anymore. So that is why I have put the car category in my debt column, because I think it's too expensive. When you have $40,000 saved up, you're not really thinking about paying outright for a car. So anyways, those are my two rules about having debt. Car and house are acceptable. However, with the car, you need to live within your means. So for me, I have a Range Rover, right? But I put a big amount of money down on the car. My car payment is almost less than $200 a month, okay? And I can honestly almost pay it off right now if I wanted to. I decided to put down a lot of money on the car that I wanted because I did not want a high car payment. So live within your means. If you know you have the budget for something, then buy it if you want it, if that's what your prerogative is. But don't go out, like I'm not gonna go out and buy the brand new Range Rover that's like $80,000, $90,000 and have a $1,400 payment. That's just stupid. So live within your means when it comes to car and house. You don't want to have too much money in a small house, if you get what I mean. So those are my two rules. Live within your means if you're buying a house, if you're buying a car, okay? Now with that being said, you should not have credit card debt. You should not have debt on buy now, pay later. Those are not necessary, and there's no reason to go into debt over Fashion Nova items. So if you don't have $200 to spend on clothes, you should not be paying Klarna, Quad Pay, all of those. I know them because I used to use them. You should not be paying for payments, okay? Just pay for it outright. There's no reason, because what if you lose your job or, I don't know, want to stop paying on it? And another thing with those type of companies, they're actually going to start reporting to your credit report. So yeah, just avoid those if you can. Avoid credit card debt, and that will make everything much easier for you. Moving on, stop buying things that you do not need, okay? This kind of goes into like what I was just talking about, Fashion Nova or Klarna, all of that kind of stuff. Also nails, eyelashes. If you're a guy, going to the barber, and Amazon, buying clothes, going out to eat, things like that. Just cut it out. If you're trying to get out of debt, then just cut it out for a specific period of time because you want to save money or pay off debt or something like that. You don't have to cut it out for the rest of your life. Just cut it out for the period of time that you're trying to save. If you're out of debt but trying to save money, or trying to save towards something, then cut down. You're going out to eat, you're going out, you're spending money at the movies, you're spending money at the mall. Like, try to limit that so you're not overspending in those categories. Get real with yourself. Get real with your goals. Don't do half the work. Go full in, go all in, because this is the way you're going to get the results that you want when it comes to saving money, getting out of debt, not living paycheck to paycheck, things like that. So get real with yourself. So sit down, make some time, set up a budget, set up some goals, set up some saving goals, set up, a time frame, all of that. When you write it down, guys, and this goes into manifesting, scripting it, then you are almost guaranteed to get to your goals because you have something to reference back to and look at. And also you're kind of putting it in the universe like, hey, I want, I don't know, $10,000 by summer, whatever, or winter. So now it's on paper, the universe knows about it, and the universe will help you as long as you help yourself and work as well. So another important thing to do if you're trying to save money or save towards a goal is find things that you can do at home. So I live in an apartment complex. I have a movie theater downstairs. I have a gym downstairs. I have a pool downstairs. You can also do game nights. You can do, you can watch movies at home, do a little movie night, cooking at home, plan your meals. Really sit down and think about all the fun things that you can do in your own four walls that don't involve spending money. Also saving gas there too, guys. So just, you know, go on Pinterest. Pinterest has good ideas for at-home games, at-home things to do, meals. Like, you can find a lot on Pinterest. Okay, this is a big one, because if not, you will have a very hard time. Luckily for me, I have like 2.5 friends, so this is not a big issue for me. But tell your friends no. Tell your family no. If you're on a strict plan and you're really trying to save, or you're really trying to invest, or you're trying to do something towards a goal, tell your friends no. You cannot go out with them for brunch. You cannot go with them to the mall. You cannot go out and spend money. Just be firm. If your friends are real, they will understand. So just be firm. Your family as well, they'll understand, okay? Unless they want to, you know, give you money towards your bills or something, then by all means do it that way. But most of the times family's not going to do that, okay? They have their own bills. So just be firm, say no. No is the answer to this game for not living paycheck to paycheck, not being in debt, and saving and all of that great stuff. So next is get a side hustle, guys. I don't care how good you think you are to work a side hustle or to work some little minimum wage job. Get a side hustle, okay? You could do it part-time. You could do what I do. If you guys haven't seen my channel, I do a lot of side hustles. Uber Eats, and used to do DoorDash, Instacart, corner shop. So many different things that I do. So this one's for the non-car people. If you don't have a car, I understand you're like, okay, I can't really do the side hustles I'm talking about. So if you don't have a car, look at businesses in your area that you can either walk to or take the bus to. And it could be part-time, and you can just work it, let's say 6 months to a year, just to get yourself in a comfortable spot, nice little chunk of savings or out of debt, whatever it may be. Just be disciplined and think of it as not a long-term thing. You're just doing it to meet a goal. So find something. If you don't have a car, let's say there's a gas station on the corner of your street, go see if they're hiring, go work there. If there's a McDonald's across the street, go work there part-time. Or you could do something on the weekends, like work at the mall, or something like that, okay? Just find something that is part-time that fits your schedule and that you can do to increase your income. Now, if you do have a car, guys, you really have no excuse to not have a side hustle if one is in need for you. There are so many options out there. Our generation is so lucky. I literally have my phone right here, and I have a folder called Gig Work. It is all the gig work apps that I am signed up for, that I can work to make extra money throughout the week. If you don't want to drive your car or, you know, do something like that, then, you know, it's so easy for you to go and work part-time at the grocery store, part-time at a retail store as well. So kind of just sit down and think, what can I do part-time to increase my monthly income to help me not live paycheck to paycheck? Okay, this next one is kind of different. You're probably not gonna hear a lot of people say this. So we all hear people say, oh, millennials can't buy a house because we buy our coffee every day or go to Starbucks every day. That's not what I think. So what I think is that if you have an urge to want to go buy a Starbucks, or if you have an urge to buy a pair of shoes or something, I think that you should buy it. And this is why. I feel like if you don't buy it, you could have a weak moment where you splurge and you go to the mall and you just buy a whole bunch of stuff. So when it comes to those type of things, if you have extra cash set aside and you're just like, I really want those shoes, I need those shoes, then I say buy it. But don't make it a habit. Maybe make it like a goal, like in 3 months, I'm gonna set aside extra $100, $200 for these shoes. This will be my reward to keep going on my journey. Reward yourself. I think that's really big, is rewarding yourself. Because the thing about the world now is you have to have 2-3 jobs, depending on where you live, in order to have extra money or make ends meet. It's not a one job type of world anymore, as sad as it is. So that is why I encourage you to treat yourself when you can, okay? Because if not, you might go crazy, and we don't want that. Also, in the same sense, I want you to grab something, put it in your cart, even if it's on Amazon or if you're at the store, and really think about it. Do I really need this item right now? Do I really need it? And most of the time, the next day, if you sleep on it, you're like, oh, I didn't need that. Most of the times you won't buy it the next day. So also I suggest just really thinking through things like, do I really need that item? Okay. Side note, when you do start saving money or start paying off debt, whatever it may be, or getting extra money, you almost want to hoard that money. So you're not going to really want to spend it. You're like, oh, it took me, I don't know, let's just say 6 months to save $5,000. And then you have a moment of weakness where you're like, oh, I really want those $250 shoes. You're like, it just took me so long to save this money. You almost feel like you don't want to spend that money. So that's going to happen too. So really just sit there, think about things, and make sure it's a purchase that you really want to make. The last thing that I have, and this is if you are out of debt. So if you're out of debt, this applies to you. Invest in yourself. The easiest thing you can do right now, and this is not financial advice, is open up a Roth IRA. I have mine with Charles Schwab, and I opened it in 2020, I think, and I've been investing into my Roth ever since. If you do simple calculations, I'm 30 times 30. Let me just actually do this for you. So I'm 30, about to be 31. I'm just gonna act like I haven't put anything in there. 30, and the annual contribution is actually $6,000 now, I believe. Just for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna do starting balance 0, annual contribution $5,500, current age 30, age of retirement. You can actually, I believe, take it out at 59.5. I'll just put 60. 7% rate of return. So this right here says by the age of 60, if I invest $5,500 from now till 60, I'll have $555,902. So just by putting $5,500, I think it's actually a little bit more because it is $6,000 a year now. So it would probably be more so around the $600,000 range. So I'm just saying this to say, start it. If you're married, have your spouse start one too, because for me and my husband, this would be $1 million, over $1 million. That's also not including your 401ks from your job. It's also not including any other investing that you're doing on your own. So really look into starting your Roth. If you want to start small, you can put as low as like $20 in there a month, or even less, $5 a month. Really is up to you, because it's like your own personal savings account for your future. Okay guys, so that pretty much wraps up the video today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Let me know what side hustles you are going to start. And if you haven't seen any of my side hustle videos, there will be some linked down below. You guys can look at, you know, how Instacart works, how GoPuff works, how Uber Eats works, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.